Thousands of civilians fearing Taliban rule mobbed Kabul's international airport on August 15, 2021 in a desperate attempt to flee. It was the second time the hardline Islamist group seized control of the country after being toppled by a US-led military coalition in 2001. In its first official news conference after retaking power, a spokesman described the Taliban as servants of the nation and issued a key pledge on women's rights.
ښځه د ټولنې مهم عنصر او برخه ده. ښځې به د هېواد په بېلابېلو برخو کې فعالیت لري او په د چوکاټو د اصولو په دننه کې به کار کولی شي. په طبي، تعلیمي او مختلفو برخو کې اړتیا ورته لرو. د موږ ټولنې اړتیا حس کوي دوی به زموږ سره حضور ولري او فعالیت به وشي کولی.
The Taliban also promised to revive Afghanistan's economy by rebuilding ties with the outside world. And despite its continuing reliance on the opium industry, the group vowed to eliminate the trade. Now, 2 years on, has the Taliban kept its promises? The streets of Afghanistan have seemingly gone back in time. Since May 2022, Afghan women have been ordered to fully cover up, like they did during the Taliban's first stint in power between 1996 and 2001. Soon after taking over, the Taliban government barred most girls from high school and women from attending universities. They also ordered all non-governmental organizations to stop employing female staff. The latest ban imposed on July 4th, 2023, targeted female beauty salons, further driving women out of the workforce.
بسیار یک حالت بد است سر ما زنان در افغانستان. دخترها زنان در افغانستان فکر کنین زندانی میشیم. کل ایام نانآور خانواده بلیاز خدا چرا تو میکنن اینا؟ ما هیچ از چرت فکر از این دور نیستیم. 24 ساعت تشویش ما است که چطور شویم؟ چی کنیم؟ خانواده ما چی بخورن؟ کجا بریم؟
The International Labour Organization estimates that female employment in Afghanistan has dropped by a quarter since the Taliban takeover. The exclusion of women in society has come at a great cost to Afghanistan's economy. The country plunged into an economic crisis after countries like the US, Germany, and Finland suspended development aid or froze Afghanistan's central bank assets. The crisis worsened after the Taliban supreme leader banned opium cultivation in April 2022, effectively cutting it by almost 90%. Afghanistan supplied over 80% of the world's opium, and the industry represented at least 14% of the country's GDP. But without offering economic alternatives, the campaign effectively imposed further hardships on farmers who were forced to grow less profitable crops like wheat. While improvements have been reported in the areas of security, corruption, and tax collection, millions of people are starving in Afghanistan. A study by the United Nations Development Programme found that the number of people living in poverty shot up from 19 million in 2020 to 34 million in 2022. That makes up 90% of the country's population.
It is difficult to overestimate the gravity of the situation in Afghanistan. It is the largest humanitarian crisis in the world today.
Afghanistan still relies on international aid, with the UN contributing $3.2 billion in 2022. But the UN says the ban on female employees has affected the operations of NGOs, risking a drop in donations. The Taliban maintains politics should not be linked with humanitarian aid decisions. A senior Taliban official said, "It is our duty as men in the Islamic view to take care of our women sitting in their homes. We need not only aid, we need trade. We need the international community to come and work with us." The US was poised to open diplomatic channels with the Taliban in March 2022, but the plan was shelved after the group banned girls from attending secondary school. Some international observers say maintaining constructive dialogue is the only way to influence change in Afghanistan. Former Afghan ambassador to the UAE, Javed Ahmad, said, "The absence of a US diplomatic presence leaves Washington powerless and strengthens the extremists in Kabul." But the US disagrees. It rejected discussions on recognizing the Taliban leadership at a UN-hosted meeting in May 2023. So, if the US maintains its current stance, will other countries engage with the Taliban? Not a single country has officially recognized the Afghan government, but some countries still have ties with it. China and Russia have been exploring trade opportunities. The Taliban signed a contract with Russia in 2022 to import fuel and wheat at a discount. It also struck a deal with Chinese firm Xinjiang Central Asia Petroleum and Gas Company in January 2023. The 25-year, multi-million-dollar contract is focused on extracting oil from the Amu Darya Basin. But such Chinese investments are unlikely to be enough to prop up the country's economy without aid from the rest of the international community. The West is caught in a dilemma between extending humanitarian aid to a stricken country run by authorities that refuse to give women a place in society. In the meantime, millions of Afghans are struggling for survival, caught between politics and a repressive government.
Thank you.